Hello again. So today we're going to have a go at chemically sharpening or acid sharpening some files. As I've laid them out here, that one's the closest to being useful, then that one, then this one's pretty dull, and then you can see the condition of this one. Seen better days. I've wanted to give this a go for a little while because I don't know, when you see it on other channels and all the rest of it, I don't know if they're, sort of saying, oh yeah, it's amazing, it works, and actually it's a load of old BS. So yeah, give it a go, do the acid bath, and then go again and see if there's any noticeable difference. What I will say is this one here, maybe one side faces see more use than the other. They look the same grade, but one of them feels like it's got less of a bite. So yeah, on the flat ones we'll do both sides, and on the round ones, half round, this side is blunt. I'm not too worried about that. I'm more worried about these flat sides. As you can see, the files are in different states of condition. I would really like to get these two back into action. Obviously they're massive and long, so just be useful. If they are beyond repair, then I'd imagine they'll get turned into knives, or I don't know what. Save them for a later project. Okay, so I've numbered the files. 1, 2, 3, and 4, or F probably as you're looking at it. So how we're going to go about this then, to keep it fairly scientific, is I will clean the files out using a softer bit of metal. I'm just going to use this flattened copper pipe. And for those not in the know, all that does is get between the teeth, and you end up like forcing it out the side of the file rather than trying to back it out of the gullet of the tooth as it was. So we'll clean them out, and then what we'll do is I'll get a bit of steel out and we'll try and file it, and I think we'll do like, I don't know, five passes over for each file, and we won't worry about the rounded side on these half round files, but on the completely flat files we'll do both sides. So we'll do 5 this side and 5 that side, so the file will end up having 10 passes. Then we'll treat it. So what I've got is some white vinegar. I'm going to heat it up. It's not going to be mega hot, but it'll be sufficiently warm enough, and then we'll place them in that and leave them 24 hours, and then I'll see if there's any appreciable difference from there. And they're all going at the same time, and then we'll take them out, give them a quick rinse off with some clean water. Yeah, a quick spray with like a real light oil, just so that it stops any flash rusting, and then we'll repeat the test of 5 passes per flat side. So that's how we're going to go about it. Okay then, so I'm just going to record how they feel now, which is in their pre-acid cleaned state. So number 1, front feels relatively sharp, as if new, maybe not quite new. Centre to the bottom feels rounded over. I don't know if you can quite make it there. The shiny spots, they feel very smooth. I think that's probably beyond repair, which is a shame. Number 2, again, the top feels very similar to number 1, and then let's get it framed correctly. From here, smooth. Yeah, again, you see all them shiny spots. Number 3 then, side with the number 3 on, feels relatively sharp, really. I would say that the non-numbered side feels sharper, but it's pretty, other than right at the tip down, yeah, feels pretty consistent, moderately sharp, I'd say. And then number 4, yeah, both sides feel pretty much the same. They don't feel ridiculously gone, but I don't know, definitely on the smoother side. I think it's working. Okay, so the wife and kids are out. So this is sketch level, like 50. Setup here has got like a bit of a bain-marie thing going on. So water, and I've just turned the gas off, so I don't have to speak over it. There's white vinegar in there, and I've submerged the files. The reason I'm doing that is because last night it got pretty cold. So yeah, I'd imagine any reaction that was happening had ceased, essentially. So we've rejigged it and brought it in here. However, the plastic it's got a bit warm and it wants to start piling in. So I'm going to call it a day on heating the water and just leave it as is for the moment. Don't know if you can make out the bubbles coming up. So hopefully that's a good sign. Yeah, just, you know, trying to give this as fair a crack as I can on, I'm a bit concerned that's going to pile in. With regards to if it would work at all with vinegar, or if you're going to need a stronger acid. There's a fair bit of action going on in there. What I did notice was these 2 larger files, there wasn't as much like reaction going on, so less bubbling. I don't know if that's because they've got more tungsten in, or something that's a bit more inert to acids. I'm not quite sure, but this one was definitely bubbling. So that's file number 3, sorry, and file number 4 were definitely quite active. And I chucked this one in just because it seemed better days, and I thought, got nothing to lose. But 1 and 2 were considerably less reactive than 3 and 4, which, who knows. Initial feel then, sharp at the top, feels a bit smoother, nowhere near it, well, not quite as smooth as before. And then there is a slight difference between, it feels a bit sharper there, and then not so sharp. Basically that's the tide mark, how far I could get them in. Number 2 then, yeah, it's sharp up here, but then it was beforehand. Still smooth, it feels quite smooth, to be honest. And as I transition over where the tide mark would be, it just feels the same. Then, oh, they are different shapes. Number 3 then. Right, oh. Give it its dues. That feels sharper. It's by no means box fresh. And number 4, okay, yeah. I mean, it's not box fresh. It's not blunt. And this little one definitely feels like it's got some bite about it, but we'll see. So this area here, to be honest, it shined it up. That's about it. So that, from about there to there was file 1, and from there to there was file 2. Yeah, not much good. File 3 then, both sides you can see that there's a significant, what do you call it, shiny spot. and it did take a good bite. File 4 then. Let's try and get that. The camera's not picking it up particularly well. Okay, maybe you can see it there. But yeah, it's taken a bite. So this is file 4. This is file 1. Yeah, both sides of file 4 good. And then the special cameo one. It's taken a decent bite as well. So if you've got some files that aren't too far gone, hopefully this has showed you that with just a little bit of messing about with some vinegar. I mean, you don't have to heat it up. I just wanted to speed things along. But you could definitely just leave them in there for a week and it'd probably do the same thing. So yeah, it does work even if they're pretty far gone like these two. It doesn't. It's not a magic cure. That's the thing. It worked okay for one and well, not out. The results showed that you can bring back quite a bit of damage. However, they were probably too far gone. And then 3 and 4 worked all right. So if you've got hand files that need a bit of rejuvenation, stick them in some white vinegar for a couple of days, clean them off, and then spray them with a bit of light oil. Jobs are good and you're on your way. Right, latest potatoes.